Hey there folks, just going to do a walk around of my Axial Wraith. As you can see, it's pretty naked. It's kind of going for the buggy look. Just been fooling around with it, see how many modifications I can do as cheap as possible. Start off with softening up my tires, cutting the foam out. Just add a little extra grab. I'll probably upgrade my tires one of these days, but for now these seem to work pretty good. I've done a lot of cage mods, as you can see. Shortened up the back. I started off with the fast back, but I was having clearance issues with the flex and things like that, and now I can approach things backwards very vertical, and same with up front, very vertical. I shortened up the front. The stinger here, just cut these little supports off the front, just shorten them up about an inch or so, and also narrowed up the front here. I cut it down the middle, took about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter out of the middle, and then just reconnected it with a little piece of ready rod in between here. It's quite crude, but whatever, it's not supposed to look pretty. It's a crawler. They get bashed up and banged on. Also shortened up this here, maybe took quarter of an inch, half an inch out of there, just to taper it up. Just gain more wheel clearance. So seems to work pretty good. On my stinger, I had to take out this forward cross member here, to clear my servo. I was concerned about losing some strength, but it still quite strong considering it's plastic. I might end up making one out of brake line or something like that. I've done a few things on the cage here for my brake lines, like my forward shock mounts here, just spacing out the shocks just to keep them in the center there so they're not touching anything. A little cross member here to stiffen it up. As you can see, I got a little bit of adjustability with the shocks to change the angle here. If I have no desire to put the shock back there, so cross member can stay there, but I could always move it back here. Drill as many holes down there as I wanted to, to move this whole bracket forward or back. But it seems to work pretty good where it's at. I did a similar thing here with the back. This is one of the first suspension mods I did. Same sort of thing, just made a little shock mount here, and as you can see I got a couple little adjustments to change my ride height. Much taller shocks though. The thing gets pretty gnarly flex. Yeah, shortened up the back here, cut about half my battery tray off, and got rid of the fast back, tapered in the back here. This is actually the rear bumper section. I just flipped it upside down, screwed it on. I had to heat it up a little bit just because whatever, the geometry wasn't all the same, but it all worked out pretty good. Just drilled into the pre-existing cage here, and the screw, whatever, went straight in. Worked out pretty good. It's kind of ugly, as you can see, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. This here I also added, just to add a little more strength. It was just a piece of plastic that I had cut off from my cage, and it worked perfect. Just shortened it up a bit, and boom bam, there you go. I got my ECU located in the back where the battery used to be. Move my switch up front here, just using double-sided sticky tape, super easy to mount. Obviously move my battery up front, just keep the weight up towards the front so I'm not flipping over backwards when I'm going up steep rocks or whatever. I haven't weighted my tires yet. That'll probably definitely be one of my next mods. Just keep traction up in the front there when I'm coming up over a steep edge. Metal steering arms, metal gear servo, high torque, whatever, 70 bucks, not super expensive. These are 14 bucks or something. Metal links are also quite inexpensive, made by Axial. You can make them yourself, just get some whatever, your round stock or brake line. Brake line seems to work good. I have a few buddies that have done it themselves. No issues at all. Softened up my tires, cut a lot of foam out of them. Just give me a little extra grab. Yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to start making some aluminum body panels. That is some thin gauge stuff, so as I roll and bash it around, it's going to get a little dented and scratched. It's going to look pretty badass. Going to make a hood, The battery's not sitting down right now, so it's gonna sit flat. My shock's gonna poke out the top. I think it's gonna look pretty badass. Making an aluminum top here. Not sure what I'm gonna do in the back here yet. I might just leave it open. We'll see. Yeah, here's my Axial Wraith. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment. Just thought I'd share what I've done with mine. I've yet to see any videos on any cage mods or suspension mods like this. So tell me what you think.